All right, y'all. So we just had the little live stream reveal for the tag Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, and the tag Rose Goku Black and Zamasu, which a lot of people in the community are actually calling Fusionless Vegeta Blue and Fusionless Zamasu. And we'll talk about that reason here today, but I'm actually not alone. I'm joined by Vilify, as many of you guys may know, as another content creator for Dokkan Battle, but also one of my co-hosts on the Slant One Super podcast. Me, him, and Ningen on Ningen's channel do a podcast like every 2 weeks or so. But we'll be talking about the community's little reaction to this. I wouldn't call it a fiasco, but many people are treating it as such. So say hey.
Yeah, only in some communities like this, we're 30 minutes out of the reveal and we're already talking about a fiasco.
Yeah,
It's always funny.
if you guys saw my initial reveal, like reaction to it, I was like, uh-oh. And that wasn't cause I'm like not excited for these characters, but it's because I knew how people would react when it was revealed that these guys are actually not fusing characters. And yes, in case you are like not 100% sure, even Goresh did talk about it. They did state that you will fuse with them during the active skill and perform an attack, which I guess is not confirmed that they don't fuse 100%. He didn't straight out say they will not fuse, but we don't have actual card arts for the fusion states. We did get that during the year 10 reveal for the Vegito and Gogeta respectively. If they were fusing, we would have seen their card arts, right?
Yeah. We it was kind of like right away. I didn't catch it like on the first, like with the animation reveals, because obviously, we're just seeing the characters for the first time in live. We see Vegito doing his thing. He looks badass. You got Zamasu doing the same thing. He looks really cool. And then Omatsu or Ken alluded to, it's like they're going to fuse and do an attack as an active skill, and it's kind of like, oh no. And then you just mentioned it earlier where they say it's going to be like Kale and Caulifla, and obviously Kale and Caulifla garnered their own reputation because the tagline "they don't fuse" in all caps has kind of become a recurring theme, and it looks like they're going to be kind of digging back into that well with these characters. Obviously, like you said, not 100% confirmed. We're gonna have to wait till the reveals, but based off of what we can see and the wording we got, that is the sort of verdict right now. And I don't think it's the worst thing I've ever heard, but it's certainly not like an ideal situation. I think if everyone had the choice, it would definitely be they fuse, but I think we still have to wait and see.
Yeah, and we'll talk about it, but my take is actually a lot different from a lot of the other community. And again, I didn't make this tweet here. We're going to be basically reading through some of the replies here. I mean, when I was literally live, when we saw and heard that they don't fuse, the first thing my chat started saying was scam, skip, mid. It's the three
Right.
words I heard. And Vilma, you said that actually, I talked with you a little bit before the recording started, but you got a little bit of a different kind of view because especially I think your channel is really good for like, if you guys are starting off Dokkan and you're like kind of really trying to get the grasp of things, Vilify makes a lot of interesting and good guides for newer players, or even like medium term, like let's say you started even just 2 years ago. There's a lot of useful information that Bill has on his channel, but you got a slightly different reaction, right?
Yeah, kind of based on what I saw, it was a lot of people that were mostly excited, I would say, but it was also a lot of disappointment for not Vegito. But it wasn't the same sort of, I don't want to say toxic, but like really negative reaction of like, yeah, there's no way I'm summoning on this. This is an easy skip. Like, it was more of just kind of like, why is this not Vegito? And then the other question is like, if you're not going to do this, like, why not just do Daima? That was kind of where people were at.
Yeah, and
I
I
would
think
say.
that's where honestly my reaction a little bit was like that. I was like, I think that the kits will be interesting, and I don't think it's as big of a deal as people are making it out to be, but this could have been Daima in the spot, and we don't know what they're holding on to Daima for. Probably just, I mean, it could be part 2. I guess technically we don't know for sure. Maybe 11th anniversary. We have to wait and see. But yeah, I mean, again, we could see some of the replies here. Warms his heart a little. Zamasu is just an attack. It's confusing. I mean, yeah, because it's a little weird. Easy skip. But again, I want to talk about this. It's like Zamasu doesn't defuse, so I guess sure, man. I mean, whatever it is.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Active skill
One
attack.
of the few fusions who doesn't.
Yeah. One of the most worst, I'm gonna say worst early on in this video.
Yeah.
Part 1 of a major celebration ever. They fuse and launch a powerful attack.
Like that graphic.
Yeah.
Can you go back up? I saw something that was interesting.
This one?
No, keep going. 2.0.
Least on 2.0.
That's where people are at. Yeah.
We'll talk about this too. Actually,
Yeah.
I made a tweet about that. Like, we're gonna
Okay.
cover all of this, and my take specifically. So again, I did ask thoughts on the new LR reveals for Global Dokkan campaign, and once we see here, we have 137 responses, 208 likes. You could kind of tell the live based off
Yeah.
of that. I don't believe I have too many responses to this on YouTube just 3. But my
It's
take,
early.
I don't think I even talked about this with you just yet. My hot take is that I think it's actually better that Vegito is not just Year 10 Super Vegito redone. I do wish that Zamasu personally fused, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Now, the reason why I'm like thinking this way is because, again, just getting a repeat of the Year 10 fusions but coded in blue, basically, I'm not like, I wasn't really too excited for that. That's why I didn't want a tag fusing Blue Goku and Vegeta in the first place, because I just didn't, I feel like it would be such a similar design to these two characters, and these two are very similarly designed as well. And I wouldn't want another kind of just version of these two characters from the 10th anniversary. I would like some diversity in how the characters are working, and of course, they would have found some way if that's what they really truly wanted to do. But I think that's why these guys are actually not just like a fusing Vegito Blue, because firstly, we're getting probably physical VB Super Easy A, Tech Fusion Zamasu Super Easy A. I think we can see this guy get a Super Easy A potentially.
Ooh, okay.
It's this one's a little shaky, right?
Yeah.
I do think that this guy will definitely Easy A though. I think if anything,
Trunks and Vegeta as well.
Yeah, Trunks and Vegeta, yeah, but like I'm more so talking about like the Vegito Zamasu, because people are upset that they don't fuse, right? I think that's the whole fiasco here. But this guy is like a fusing Zamasu with his intro, right? So I don't think it's as big of a deal as people are really making it out to be, because we will have our Vegito Blues you can play with. You know, they could technically Easy A the 2023 worldwide characters if they want to. I actually don't think that they will, but they could, right? And another thing about these two characters that I wasn't really too much of a fan of, in terms of them being the characters that really headline the attack kind of mechanic, is that they're just kind of very similar stacking and fusing. They feel more like Year 10, like Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, than like a tag character to me, if that makes sense. Obviously, they are, you know, at the end of the day, a tag character. You switch between Goku and Vegeta depending on what you need. But I really feel like these guys are just kind of stack and then into fusion. And that's why even their fusion itself is restricted by a couple of turns. Whereas I feel like these two new characters, we're gonna see more from like a tag for them. I accidentally erased this blue Goku shoulder. I just realized that when I was making this, because I was kind of like deleting everything. You can tell it's very shoddy. Yeah. But like I think we'll see more of the tag mechanic, potentially interesting, unique kind of abilities we can get it from it, like Caulifla and Kale, like Frieza and Goku, compared to the Year 10 fusions. So that's why I actually, you know, that's my little take here. I actually kind of prefer a little. But what do you think about this, Bo?
Yeah, I think that you kind of bring up a good point, where it's like the fact that they're not the Year 10s means that, like, if they're not going to fuse into Vegito, that means they're going to be going all out with these base forms, if you will, because these are going to be the characters, right? It's going to be Blue Goku, it's going to be Blue Vegeta, and this way you might feel like you're getting the best out of these characters right away, compared to what we've saw with the Year 10 characters, where with Vegito, with Gogeta, a lot of the times you're either waiting to transform into Vegito or you're getting it out on turn 5. It just makes for some interesting gameplay, and it's like we've saw with the Vegeta portion of this card that there's a Trunks in the back, so it's like we have maybe a unit super attack with Trunks, an active skill with Trunks, and when we have these, just strictly from a gameplay perspective, if these characters are going to be better right away, it could easily be the fact that they could complement the Year 10s even better and give them sort of maybe like a slot 1 partner or something like that. Like, who knows where we're going to be with this celebration in 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But yeah, I kind of get what you're saying. Like, I don't know if I would agree that I'd rather them not fuse because they're older characters, because again, like, physical Vegito Blue, like, we're solely looking at him from a kit perspective and not from like, I'm excited to use this guy, because the animations are not good to look at, right? So
I mean,
I don't know if
I could
yeah,
see
what?
that. I mean, I forgot when exactly you started Dokkan, but maybe
Hmm.
for like, I know, I'm a very old head Dokkan player, very old head in terms of like starting from the global Dokkan release. But
Yeah.
like for me, physical VB is like pinnacle excitement for Super EZA. For a lot of people,
Yes.
they weren't around. Some people weren't around for his initial EZA in 2020,
Hmm.
right? So I could very easily see why people are not like, oh, it's fine, I'm getting this guy, right? I think that's very fair.
Hmm.
Just in general, not even just you specifically. And I could see that because it's like getting it. It's obviously a lot different getting a new playable Vegeta with brand new animations compared to just using a Super EZA, where this guy's animations is like obviously they're very old at this point, and it's not like they're gonna give him like a redo of his animations. So I think that's a very valid point too, and that's why I would say, especially when it comes to the community, a lot of people and would prefer that they fuse, and I kind of do get that at that point, but I don't think it's a complete loss because I think that these
No.
designs could be very interesting. So, um, I think from here we'll take a look at some of the responses here, and
Yep.
I guess my final point is that again, calling it Vegitoless is I made this week. Calling it Vegitoless is funny, but let's not put it on the same pedestal as Beastless. Unlike Beast Gohan in 2022, we've actually had plenty of playable Vegeta cards of the year. Physical
Yeah.
Vegeta Blue, Tech Vegeta Blue, Year 5 Vegeta Blue, right? There's, just the Vegeta Blues alone, right? We've had plenty of playable ones. This feels more like a Year 7, Gods, Gogeta Blue kind of situation to me. Where people were actually a little upset that he didn't even fuse for a little bit, but I think they got over it pretty quickly because the restrictions were easy and the characters were very fun and good. I think it could
And
go on.
they also had a Year 7 Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta or Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta to kind of like complement that, where it's like, okay, but we do have a fusing Gogeta character on the other side.
Yeah.
And like the discussion became more of like gods versus monkey, you know what I mean? Like that was
Mhm.
more of what we were talking about.
And I think the reason why people are saying this is not even because of like it's not the same thing. It's more so because of their last failure, right? And we all know what I'm talking about here. Where is this?
Doesn't
boy?
have to be said.
Because of their last failure with
Mhm.
Vegito, I think that's why people really wanted a playable Vegito this time, because it's like, oh, they're gonna fix their mistake. I think is what a lot of people were going into with this mindset, and now it's very likely that Vegito's obviously not going to be an actual like, oh, I'm using Super Saiyan Goddess as Vegito, right?
Mhm.
So I definitely see the sentiment behind it. I just don't think it's the same level of that personally, but I can see why some people would think that. But anyways, that's enough of just us yapping just about our own things, right? Well, we're 13 minutes in and we haven't even looked at any single comment.
Yes, you have. We looked at comments
Well,
earlier.
a little bit, but okay, let's
Just a little bit.
let's take a look at the Minatos here. Let's see. This I'm not gonna curse because your channel. This is mid. So I saw Vector talking about that he wasn't obviously a fan of this, and I think again that's fair. Like non-fusing characters for a major celebration, but this is also the same Vector who's like, bro, Saiyan Saga would hit. Num num. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
Yeah.
I guess that's fair in that sense, where it's like we don't really get too many Saiyan Saga things, but now it's there's no fusions, everything sucks.
I promise you the alternative with Saiyan Saga you would not prefer. I can assure you that.
No, this guy would, dude.
This one.
You know how many tweets you would see in the timeline from this guy if it was Saiyan Saga? Like, oh goodness, okay.
That victory lap would be insufferable because it's like you were the only one that won, dude. That's
Yeah.
it.
Now there's a couple people who want Saiyan Saga. I think eventually it'll get like some sort of major celebration, but I feel
Got
like
an anniversary part 2.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess so. Technically, they were part of a major celebration in that way. More so like Dokkan Fest, but yeah.
Mhm.
Let's go ahead and take a look here. Do you think they fused in the timeline where they spelled global right? So this is a reference to the global account spelling it as global, GROBAL, which is actually like I think Garsh put it out. It's like a common misspelling, for like GP. People who speak Japanese translating to global. I just think that's a little funny that they never double checked that. But, it is what it is. Yeah, maybe they did fix. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
Maybe
if you're a subscriber to that theory of timelines.
Dude, what if part 2 is like a standalone Vegeta? Like, here you go. No, that'd be crazy.
My knee-jerk theory is that it's going to be like Trunks and the androids, but I could be wrong.
I think that could be something that people would not be excited for. But
Right.
I would actually be down with that, but yeah. Thank God in heaven they don't fuse into Vegito. You're sick of always having Vegito locked behind turns and not just outright Vegito like the year 5s. I guess that's fair. Because like if it's a fusing Vegito and then the conditions are bad, people are still gonna be upset. I think that's why I wanted just like transforming Vegito, right? Instead of like tag fusing Vegito. And again, it would have been a little bit different compared to just like, oh, the year 10 fusions like 2.0, right?
Mm-hmm.
Usually don't complain about Dokkan, but you had the same feeling in my gut back then in 2022 with Beast Gohan. And again, I think that is fair just because of the previous failure, but I don't.
We also went over that. It is
Yeah.
very different. It's not the first iteration of the character where it wasn't just advertised like that. The issue with Beast Gohan was the way that it was advertised. I always talk about this, where kind of the promotional poster was Beast Gohan next to Orange Piccolo with a badass looking art, right? A couple of desks,
Literally.
but
Yeah,
and then we get into the thing, and it's like we get to the reveal, and it's like it's just an active skill. Like they didn't come on here and be like, it's Vegito Blue, everybody. Like the poster wasn't Vegito Blue and Merge Zamasu. Literally, the only thing we got was like Zamasu saying the time is upon us. That was it. So, does it imply Vegito Blue? Yes, but they didn't advertise it like they did with Beast Gohan to the point where you just felt deceived. Like that was technically never given.
Yeah, because they never said anything about Vegito till now. It technically could have been Trunks. I think obviously he's like the obvious hint is the most obvious thing, but at the same time, it is definitely a much different thing, and it's like not just like obviously a Javi. In general, I actually do know Javi. I play rivals with him sometimes, but the thing is, I think it's a thing of there's a very kind of like not hive mind. Hive mind is like a kind of mean word to use, but like someone says something in the community and then it's like catchy, and then a lot of people start saying the similar thing. So I feel like this is just like a kind of, you know how like what's the term where people just like kind of throw out like keywords that don't even make sense, or like this but translated into Dokkan terms, right? It's like Beastless. Oh, it's Vegitoless now. That's gonna be the title of this video, by the way. It's gonna be like Vegitoless.
Yeah, I haven't thought about how I'm gonna title my version.
Oh, dude, I know exactly. I do titles. Woo! I have a title feed out here, but no.
You don't need to go over that one. I don't think you can just move on.
Yeah. Yes. Okay, Goku Black Zamasu. I mean, this person's excited. I'm excited for a new Goku Black Zamasu as well.
Hell yeah.
I hope that Goku Black especially has really good animations, but I've always wanted like a premium like just Zamasu character. I think like imagine how like insanely tanky he could be. Now we know Zamasu is the one that fusions into Fusion Zamasu specifically. But I wonder like Goku Black, his active skill is an attack between him and Zamasu together. So we'll see how things happen. Again, we are 3 days away. Like the 5th is when we'll see the actual like full details and stuff like that. And I will have a kit concept myself for both of the LRs too. Probably on the 5th, probably, or the 4th. We'll see. Need to wait to see full animations like Hit, Still Hyper. We'll see. Yeah, I mean, I know you've seen it, but many people have seen it too. People complain and then the animations drop and some of they're like, oh my god. It is like we're gonna see some what if like
Vegito's so hot.
Oh my goodness. Vegito one-shots everything. Like what if Vegito's like the 2025 equivalent of the family Kamehameha? And it's like you just see Vegito one-shotting Jiren. Like people are gonna, and then he has like a really cool chaos screen. People are gonna be like, oh my goodness, Vegito's the best unit in the game. You know?
Yep. Clockwork. It's every time.
That's why I'm saying kits really what's it called? The kits really do matter. For sure. But
yeah. Is there an argument though? Like it's like we've seen before like really good characters like Tien and Tao. And but it's like people don't care. But I think it's like when you are in a saga that people do care about, people don't like the ending to the future saga, but I don't think that's enough to just be like, yeah, this isn't hype. Like it's still Vegito Blue by proxy, Fusion Zamasu by proxy. People really like Goku Black. Like it's not like this celebration is just dead in the water because they don't fuse. This isn't like OG Dragon Ball or Saiyan Saga. It's just I don't know. I think people might be a little bit dramatic about it, but we'll see.
I feel like the only genuine complaint I would have is like, okay, you know, if he's not an actual fusing Vegito Blue, this should have been Daima, Super Saiyan 4
Mhm.
Goku, right? I think that's
Valid.
that is like the biggest thing I would say. Again, I think I said this point again, but I said it again like 5 times in the span of a second. Oh my goodness! But also
early.
the last Vegito Blue. Yeah, I didn't miss 5 of him,
Yeah.
dude. For me, I know. Okay. Both let down, but also not, if that makes any sense. Skipped last feature worldwide, at the same time left JP for global. For me, Future doesn't do much, but you do like Goku Black and Zamasu, and that might be the only banner to summon on. Here's to hoping Diamond Part 2. I mean, the theme is like breaking through, which could be like literally anything. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess breaking through doesn't really fit Trunks and androids, to be fair, honestly. Like,
Right.
so,
I mean, like, yeah. Now I'm just trying to like stretch it, right? Where it's like Trunks breaking through his limitations as a Saiyan and becoming a Super Saiyan to protect the future. So I don't know. It's just like, does that indicate Daima though? That's like,
Super Saiyan 4 Goku, yeah.
I guess, yeah.
And then Goma is kind of like,
Yeah,
oh,
but,
the
like,
third eye. Oh,
But didn't but aren't they? Wasn't like the wording on the theme where it was like battle to protect like the future? Like, would you really deem that to be the Goma fight? Or it's like I don't really feel like that's the motivation there.
I don't know. What I would say though, I think the big thing about Daima, I said this in the initial reaction too. These two seem like dual Dokkan Fest to me. They're like, you know what I mean? They seem like a dual Dokkan Fest type thing. And
they're the same character with just different skins. Like it's I mean,
another reason why it doesn't have to be because we saw Broly and Gogeta, but the thing is, Vegito and Zamasu usually have super class and extreme class leader skills in their kit, right? We've seen physical VB and AGO Rose, S tier Rose, Tech Vegito Blue, AGO Vegito Blue LR, Tech Vegito Zamasu LR. It's a consistent thing, so that's why in my initial concept I had these two as a carnivals and like a Dokkan Fest Super Saiyan 4 Goku, right?
Yep.
But now it's just these two. I think that this is going to be a dual Dokkan Fest, and part 2 is going to be dual Carnival. And I don't remember them saying like fight in the future. Did they say that specifically as well?
There was definitely a wording of the future in there in the initial reveal.
Well, I know they said that these two characters are from the DBS Future Saga.
It's when they revealed the theme. That's like what they were talking about.
Let me see here. I literally pulled the video up again. I literally do not even remember. It literally must have been like the one thing I missed. So we see the
It's
theme.
just like right when they revealed the theme and they start talking about it.
Here's a global Dokkan theme. It will be breaking through. Represents the harsh fight of the warriors who fought to break through the future. Break
through the future. Yeah, that's a weird wording. You know what I mean? Like that's where I caught future in there. So
I guess for me,
right.
I feel like it's like doesn't necessarily mean like the future saga, but you know, you could.
That's just doesn't that sound like time traveling though? Break through the future, like that's where Trunks is coming from, where Goku Black is coming from.
Yeah,
like,
I could see that, but yeah,
it's just weird. It's poor
using the term future.
Yeah.
I mean, if that's the case, then like. I would say sort of hope Trunks would make more sense to me.
And I doubt. Yeah, do they do that again? Like Zamasu go like Vegito Blue, quote unquote, sort of hope. Like it's literally just WD or Worldwide Download 2023 again. Like,
yeah, I because like okay, if we like this is getting a little off topic, but like if we look at Future Saga, like what else could it be? I just don't know if Trunks feels like breaking through to me, honestly.
Right. Just sounds like time traveling to me. Like that's just the vibe I get.
I mean, if it's time traveler specifically, then who would be on here?
We're not going to get a new Cell more than likely. He was a time traveler.
Not.
Now, nobody from Heroes, allegedly.
Bardock.
Shout out to Ningen. Oh,
yeah, it's gonna be Bardock. Chat.
GDC Bardock. Nobody had that on the bingo card.
I don't know.
If you did, you're a no good liar.
It's
tough.
It just doesn't really
agree.
feel like this to me. Like I feel like they're gonna go with the breaking through kind of description, honestly, and it's gonna be like some transforming character.
It's a weird spot.
We'll
it's
see.
like wording is like we live and die by the wording in Dokkan. Like that's especially when we're speculating like this.
Not the worst. They don't fuse because tag sort of replaces that, and we have a fusing unit for Vegito. Goku Black and Zamasu should have, but funny they messed up both future celebrations in some way. Should have been Daima. Yeah, same thing.
Very common theme here.
Nowhere near as hype as Future Saga could have been. Daima would have been better than this. But what if another Vegito Blue Fusion Zamasu been that hype? Tagging the Fusion is cool, but I don't know. Vegito was just a mistake pick in general. I think that again, Daima should have just been what they did here, but
yeah, that's gonna be the theme for every major celebration until it happens. Like, it's just get used to hearing it.
Laughing emoji, what were they thinking? LMFAO. Dog using the same exact units from 2023 worldwide and making them worse. This is not even like a correct statement. We don't even know what they do.
Right.
Like, I think that, like, if Vegito Blue comes out and then like one shots every boss, like the Family Kamehameha, people are gonna be singing a different tune.
Yeah.
Or the accepted features, you're like, whatever. Glad they're tags. Don't know about no fusions, but it's funny anyways. We're supposed to get Saiyan Saga, not this slop. Yeah.
There you go.
Goku Black and Zamasu are your faves by default are hype. But boy, do I hate that they built up this anticipation of hype for an active skill tag you only see once in a fight and can be skipped. But you sure to have amazing animations like hit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Again, I think it's valid to not be excited for it. I just think that people are gonna switch up like always. But that's me. That's me. Wonder if I have any more comments here on YouTube. It's getting pretty early, so now just through now. Fell off, honestly.
It's a 8 a.m. recording session.
Yeah, 5 a.m. for me. It's alright, but I hope Goku Black has a few manga animations. That could be really cool. People would, dude, if there's like manga animations in here, people would go crazy.
Yeah, the manga stuff is just so how many times a day do you hear it's like, I wish we had Ultra Ego, I wish we had Super Saiyan Goku Black, right? Like,
I mean, we've seen manga animations in the game.
Reference, yeah, like isn't the frown from Namegoku straight from the manga?
Yeah, but I mean more like DBS manga. Like we've seen,
fair.
We have seen Gamma Burst Flash obviously before it was even in the like any anime. We saw AGL Fusion Zamasu, his 12 key before he transforms. I say 12 key like he doesn't have any other super, but his super attack
brain.
His super attack is from the manga as well, where he does a little portal. So like, what if Goku has like the Hakai? I don't think that's going to be a thing, but
yeah,
that would be insane, right?
People would be going nuts for that.
Hello, I'm Homer Simpson Dope, and I don't care about this at all. You're going to drink Duff beer. Okay. Generational fumble. People comparing to tech gods doesn't change the fact that the celebration is still significantly less hype than before, because Dokkan could be bothered to add 1 or 2 animations to each of them. Valid, honestly.
I just want to argue with Homer now.
Yeah. Not mad about Black as a muscle. Fusing this unit is perfect aesthetically. You don't know what they're thinking about Goku and Vegeta. Yeah. I mean, the only way that this could be fixed, quote unquote, people's hearts is if they allow active skills to be changed. But that's like super mega top tier copium to like the heavens.
Yeah, like an active skill that's permanent. Like, is that what you're trying to say?
What I
with
will
the easy
say,
okay, I got you.
With an easy A, but that's not gonna happen. What I will say is that this, or I gotta highlight better. This is gonna be so easy to get these new fights.
Yeah.
Turn 7 Future Saga Ally with the new LR.
Or it's like it's the same thing with enemies as well. I mean, the bosses are going to be Future Saga themed. Like, we're going to get a new merge Zamasu. He's going to lock into an AoE, isn't he? Like, that's I can already see it now. We do have the
Fusion Zamasu boss, yeah, but I think it's going to be more so of like the new fight, right, where it's like the reversible exchange enemies, like the Piccolo Goku. I think that's what we're going to see. We're going to see Blue Goku and Vegeta, and then we'll probably see. I could see like Goku Black and Zamasu being a fight in there too. Maybe those are like really tough early on fights, but even then, like these guys are stackers. So like, I could see them like getting 50% stacking here, and then
Festival of Battles is quaking right now.
I mean, literally, just make this like 7 turns, or like even if it was just 5 turns, on turn 7 they could fuse anyways. But I mean, ideally, actually, they just guard permanently. Like they just like basic effects guards.
They can change effects on the intro buffs, right?
Oh yeah, easily. Easily. It could be like guards all attacks, and then as the first attacker, they have guard as well. Like, they could do that.
Mhm.
Like Vegeta Trunks. Like, I think again, people forget that it's now events are super long. So this it's not like, oh, if I don't get this on turn 5, I'm not going to see the fusion. You'll probably see this here. And you won't even have to worry about the HP restriction at that point. Like, the active skill restriction is not going to be as bad as it was on release, because on release we had like, only 5 turn fights basically, right? Like with Fusion Zamasu, 4 or 5 turns. It's way different now, and they just need to really make sure that they don't get like instantly killed, like, or they're like still very tanky before fusing. Obviously, I think considering Festival in mind, I think that they'll make this character way better in terms of
That's even
survivability.
assuming they do it, by the way.
Yeah, that's true. I guess that's just me talking like, oh yeah, they will. We don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I think it's like honestly, it's a toss up. I think they could do if they really wanted to, but also this is a character that they could be like, yeah, we're actually gonna save this for when we actually do tag fusing Vegito Blue.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? We'll read a couple more. I don't think this is bad for the game. Full jokes aside about Vegitoless and then just comment on agenda. Disappointed because you really just want Diamond Super Saiyan 4. You're going to be skipping endless animations on the best by the long shot and the universe are god. I mean, this probably isn't going to be tough to achieve.
No.
All in.
I'd hope they do it. I mean, that's kind of like the whole purpose of making new LRs like this. Like,
Ziad's excited. Peak, peak, peak. Honestly, that's fair. I'm excited too. So I think Goku Black Zamasu like this is peak. Honestly, the more I talk about it, the more I'm like less like, yeah, Goku Black Zamasu not fusing. Just in general, I'm like, not that big of a deal. Daimon would have been
you
better.
can still understand the perspective of others who don't like it. Like, it's not.
Yeah, I think it's like fair to be disappointed in it. Daimon would have been better, but you don't see the outrage. No fusion is disappointing, but you feel the tag mechanic alone makes both units more interesting. Yeah. I think if the kits suck, then yes. Then we could Doom post.
That's a whole new discussion. That's
definitely.
Yeah.
You're happy they don't fuse with just like Caulifly. You actually want to think about which actives you use. Yeah, I think again that's where I'm like, I think the tag mechanic and the kit design becomes way more interesting. It's just the initial hype factor is not there as much, right? Eijo Goku has a Ghost Usher, and even then most of the time you can't afford it because of Gogeta. That's fair, right? Like the fusion to Gogeta is just so much more powerful. While it's like something like Count Caulifla, it's like I think there's a trade-off to using either or. Like you get a benefit from Caulifla by getting support, but KO get like a massive mega nuke turn, right? Goku and Frieza, Goku you get the heal. Frieza's attack doesn't hit that hard, but you get the point. Like that. Demon Slayer set up to give us characters beside future. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking still. You prefer their full-blown fusions, but they still get the categories. Yeah, they will still get the categories, true. Because it's an active fusion still. Beastless again.
Yeah.
Mixed tag units feel different. They are just fusion merchants. If you don't get battle motions, oh yeah.
They'll have battle motions. I mean, why wouldn't they?
Well, no, I mean like for specifically, I should have said it, wrote it out. Battle motions for Fusions of Zamasu or Vegito Blue specifically, because technically we're not getting new versions of these characters. If we like get physical VB Super EZA, and then we see battle motions, I think that means that the 2023 characters are very likely to EZA, because okay, if we take a look here at the year 10 anniversary, right? We didn't get battle motions for Janemba or Buhan, but we got them for Vegito, Gogeta, who had new LR versions. We didn't get battle motions for Cell, even the GT Duo. Like we only got these 2 battle motions here because the new LRs had battle motions, right? And they just kind of put them on them because the same name. So and obviously Gogeta, we knew Gogeta was coming, but like seeing this Gogeta battle motion is kind of like, okay, he got it, but like most of these other characters, Super Z's did not. Pretty telling sign. I mean, we kind of already knew that he was coming, but you know, if like in the universe where we didn't know he was coming, right? Or like it wasn't confirmed. It was like, yeah, you know, this battle motion would have been a very, very, very telling sign. So if we see physical Vegito Blue get a battle motion, I think that means that the 2033 worldwide characters, like these 2 getting battle motions would tell me that those characters are likely getting EZA, because otherwise I don't think they would actually get battle motions.
I think that's fair.
based on what we've seen in the past. But who knows? I mean, it could always be an exception. You never know. You never know.
Could literally be anything.
Yeah, exactly. I think what I will say, actually, I think this guy will definitely get a battle motion though. This fusions the Zamasu and Vegeta Trunks. Because
Yeah.
usually these like major celebration LRs did get battle motions during the 10th anniversary. I mean, we saw again Kalkin Goku created Vegeta got battle motions, Frieza and Goku got battle motions, the LR gods got battle motions with their EZA. It's usually like some of these TURs, super EZAs, that don't get battle motions like that. So yeah, that's the thing there.
For sure.
Let's take a look at some of the replies here to this tweet as well, because I wanted to read some of these, and then again, this video is going on for a while, so my reaction to that information. This is funny, yeah. I mean, yeah. You would agree.
This is where we're at.
You would agree if 2023 VB was in the way he was in the eyes of 99% of the player base, but now you got to be playable here. There's legit comedy. Due to one inconvenience, that is, Yuda's not fusing the entire celebration is doomed. Don't make the rules. Yeah.
Yeah.
In Zamasu's animations are still very good. I agree.
Yeah. I mean, that character aesthetically has never been the problem. He just wasn't that good. I mean, I was talking about for his EZA, I think that he has a really good skeleton with the orb changing and the damage reduction, the healing that he's able to do.
It is really funny.
The easy access to ki.
His build up, like this, like 25 attacks.
Right.
This is really cool. And then like what if he has like 60% reduction and then builds up to 70%?
Mm-hmm.
Or something. Like that could be interesting. Maybe give him also rainbow orb changing, because he has int keys for changing, but not rainbow orb changing. I think rainbow orb changing would be really good.
Yes.
There's actually a few unarmed supers right now, because we saw with Tao, like there's the blue Goku fight as an unarmed super. The S tier Jiren fight, like the Vegeta story Jiren fight, is actually also an unarmed super. So like this guy, you'll be able to see his counter quite a bit in some of these fights, which is cool.
Yeah, for sure. And that's like not, when he came out, that wasn't really much of a thing.
Yeah, unarmed supers were like non-existent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
I feel like they didn't really try. It feels like Legends Part 1, you just know Part 2 is going to be better. Hopefully they release some fun content. You would imagine the monster has safe fuse. They literally cannot separate. Again, I think they would have shown the arts, but who knows? Who knows? I mean, it would be really funny if they do stay fused and it's just us like we're all like complaining over nothing. But
why hold on to that?
Exactly. I don't see the reason of holding on to that.
It just doesn't make sense. I mean, it's like you have like this. It's like imagine they had like Daima Super Saiyan 4 as a surprise, and they don't do like a fake out during the reveal or like a fade to black, and then they show. It's like, why would you sit on that? Doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Don't care about the monster staying fused at 2 LRs. In 3 years, we just need more Rose representation. Would have been even better if it was just Space or Rose. I guess technically we can get like a transforming Goku Black to Rose Goku Black in Part 2, I guess. You know, they would do that, but I don't think they will.
I would agree.
If we're skipping out on Daima for another Vegeta, you at least want Vegeta on the unit. No matter the character's name, they're going to mark this as Vegeta Blue, not Blue Goku Vegeta. I mean, they did. That's what they did do. So yeah. In that case, you could also argue it's similar to Beastless, but it's a little different.
Indeed.
Can Zamasu even unfuse after you fuse it? This is literally what I said. Battle motion. You don't care about a VB from the... I don't even know what this words mean. I can't lie. Maybe I'm dumb.
What is it?
Paleotic?
It's a time period.
Oh, okay, I see. Like dinosaurs. Dude, it's gonna. I bet it's not, and it's like gonna be something. I'm literally gonna look this up. I don't care. We're bringing this up on the side. Let's see.
Yeah, here we.
He spelled it wrong. That's why.
That has to. Yeah, isn't it Paleolithic?
Yeah, Paleolithic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
that's why.
It's a time period, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the dinosaur. I think you're right with the dinosaur.
No, it's the old Stone Age. So
yeah, so he's tripping about the super easy. That's what that comes down to.
I guess this is what I said, where it's like, for me, I'm like, yeah. For some people, this person's like, boo. This person's like, bro, I started Dokkan during the 9th anniversary, and I don't give up.
IDGAF, I don't have him.
Yeah,
Which
exactly.
fair play.
I mean, no, it's not fair play, bro. How many redstones has this guy be on? Like, come on.
Yeah, but why? Like, we're telling everybody to buy Buhan and sell and all these things.
Oh
And
yeah, well, let me show you something. I bet you didn't think about this, did you?
you
That's,
knock yourself out. What do you got?
This is the wrong thing. Sorry, wait. Hold on.
You got this, man.
Yeah, no. It just takes time. Takes time.
Yeah, I think I said this in the video
Easy.
too. Yeah, so you have
got
that's
4
why I said like you.
copies.
That's why I said you gotta wait.
That's why I said too.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. I think we read enough comments. Probably we're 40 minutes.
I think so. Yeah,
It's good.
40
So
minutes. It's longer than a vilified video. Usually they're 11 minutes. So
no, bro, you gotta get the watch time, bro. Come on. Okay.
yeah,
no,
I must be doing it. I'm a bad yapper, man. That's why I gotta have Minato with me.
Dude, I'm just so good at yapping. Okay.
You're so talented at yapping.
Yeah. But if your video is gonna be longer than mine, because you're gonna add an intro.
I'm gonna make that intro 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. GG. He'd be like, okay, here's my comments now.
Now it's time for the real answers.
Yeah, the real players now. But let us know what you guys think in the comments section below. Thank you, Vilifi, for joining me. Any final sentiments?
Thank you for having me. You always got to remember with these big celebrations, it's always wait and see. Let's not write it off just yet. Like it could, if the time comes where it's not very good, we can get there, but it's been an hour since they revealed the characters. Let's have some patience.
I agree. Well, again, we'll wait and see. We have the live stream on the 5th, so thanks y'all for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.